We have Wendy Williams on the line. Good morning, Wendy.
Good morning.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Charlemagne.
Peace, Wendy. And Wendy's niece, Alex, is on as well. Alex, you're going to be talking too, right?
Hey, Alex.
That's my niece, Alex. That's my niece, Alex. And Charlemagne and I, by the way, have known each other for like 20 years and running.
That is very true.
Wow.
Listen, Wendy, let's get right to it. I'm going to tell everybody what's going on. Wendy Williams is currently trapped in a conservatorship. If you don't know what a conservatorship is, it's when someone is in charge of making decisions on your behalf, but usually because the conservatee is not able to make decisions for themselves. Wendy can make her own decisions. She is not cognitively impaired. She is not incapacitated. She is being taken advantage of.
Right.
Wendy, tell us what's going on.
Well, first of all, to start with, my niece Alex knows a lot as well, you know, but I am not cognitively impaired, you know.
Welcome to another episode of the Neoliberal Round Podcast. I'm Renaldo and McKenzie. I have with me Donte Nelson, and he's working on an article entitled Wendy Williams' Guardianship. Wendy Williams was recently on the Breakfast Club talking with Charlemagne via phone with he and his guests, and there's another lady connected with Wendy Williams by the name of Alex that was there. And boy, they berated Sabrina, the Guardian.
Yes, Alex was her niece.
Alex is the niece. They berated her. Welcome to the show. How are you, Donte?
Well, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing very well. You wrote an article saying that Wendy Williams, a prominent television personality, has recently voiced strong objections to her ongoing guardianship, asserting that she's being held hostage and refuting claims of cognitive impairment. This situation has sparked significant public discourse, drawing parallels to other high-profile conservatorship cases, and raising questions about the ethics and legality of such arrangements. Of course, in your story, you wrote that Wendy Williams rose to fame as a radio DJ and later as the host of The Wendy Williams Show, which aired from 2008 to 2022. Her candid commentary and engaging personality garnered a substantial following, might I say eccentric. However, in recent years, Williams has faced numerous health challenges, including a diagnosis of Graves' disease, lymphedema, and complications related to substance abuse. These health issues led to multiple hiatuses from her show, and eventually its conclusion in 2022. Now, in early 2022, concerns about Williams' health and financial well-being prompted Wells Fargo to freeze her accounts, citing potential financial exploitation. Subsequently, a New York court appointed a temporary financial guardian, Sabrina Morrisey, in March 2022, a decision confirmed in May of the same year. Now, in reports indicated that William was diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia and aphasia in 2023, conditions that can affect cognitive functions and communication abilities. These diagnoses were central to the justification for her cognitive guardianship, which she didn't mention clearly in the interview she did with Charlemagne.
Yeah, she did not. She left out a lot of information and she did not answer the question at all.
There's a lot of holes in...
She went around the question.
She went around the question. They asked, how did she get into this guardianship? And what led to this?
She is at now.
And she started talking
that she's in.
She started talking about her divorce, and then somebody interrupted her, and that was it. we are still left with the question: how is it that she had a guardian by the name of Sabrina Morrisey, and the fact that she's berating her but still taking care of her all these years? I'm not sure. Is it they're alluding to the system?
How does this happen, though, Wendy? How does this happen, Alex? How does she end up in a guardianship where, you know, these people have so much control of her life? Because it's not like she does not have family. She has you, Alex. Mm-hmm. She has her son, Kevin Hunter Jr. Like, she has family. So how does this happen?
Go ahead, Aunt Wen.
No, I was going to say, you know what? My life, and Charlemagne, you know about my life, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
To get divorced was, as far as I'm concerned, was a 100% fabulous thing, you know what I'm saying? When I got divorced, look, I had this lawyer, I don't even want to say her beautiful name, because it was so great. I've gotten a divorce like nobody else has gotten a divorce, and I don't want to talk about it, but Alex, you know about that, and Charlemagne, did I ever tell you about my divorce?
You did, and I don't want to know nothing. I don't know anything. Okay?
Right.
That man has tried to ruin me several times already.
No. Look, it's bigger than that. But look. When I got divorced, right? I moved to New York, you know what I'm saying, as opposed to in New Jersey, I was solo, just me and my cats, you know what I'm saying? I got these 2 twin cats who, by the way, my cats have been sold to, and I had no idea until I talked to that person yesterday, you know what I'm saying? And she told me that I no longer have my cats. Anyway, listen, I'm in New York, I'm solo, I'm still doing my show on TV, right? And I'm still doing my show, but I'm still saying, okay, because to me, being on TV was, for me, I'm not going to lie, that was about money. Radio is my root. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
To be on radio to me is like God sent to me, and I was doing such great stuff back in the day. You know what I mean?
Duh, that's an understatement. What are you talking about?
But the fact that she had to end her show, it means then she would have to be given, she's on some kind of social security. I believe that she's on social security. There was some kind of disability. She got some payout from disability. But and because of that, and their monitoring, and because of all of the mental health challenges and so on, there's a lot that we are not being told because of HIPAA laws and so on. So we won't disclose too much of it. But tell me, what are some of the high points of the article? You talk about Williams' public denial of cognitive impairment. You said despite the medical assessments, Williams has publicly contested claims of cognitive impairment in the interview on The Breakfast Club in January of 2025. And she stated unequivocally that I'm not cognitively impaired. She described her experience on the guardianship as akin to imprisonment, highlighting restrictions on her personal freedoms, including limited access to communication devices and the inability to visit her father on his 94th birthday. Williams' niece, Alex Finney, supported her assertions, noting that Williams' current state does not align with that of an incapacitated person.
Now, I have some questions with that, because even though she is backing up Wendy Williams, is still not clarifying anything, because if she have medical records that are stating that, then what can we say? And how is she stating that the guardian is treating her unfairly? I want to see the medical records. I want to see Wendy Williams medical records.
The fact of the matter is, I don't know how they can have a relationship, how Wendy can have a relationship with a guardian who she and her family continues to berate and to ridicule. I'm not sure what kind of relationship this is. That's one. The second thing is,
yes, Wendy Williams is legally incapacitated and permanently disabled due to dementia.
They said
her
she has
court-appointed guardian, Sabrina Morrisey, has stated that Williams is cognitively impaired and permanently disabled.
Sabrina cannot make that determination. Okay, Sabrina is there because they made that because some professional made that determination. That's the first thing. she's a home health aid worker or whatever the case is, or or she's appointed by the courts to have to provide care for her and to oversee her financial and decision making. Now, the courts can make a decision to change that person and replace her with somebody else if they determine the person is not executing the job well. There has been no indication that this person is mistreating her. Well, I don't know, but obviously the relationship is venomous.
Of the guardianship, they even use the words guardianship abuse. What do you think of that?
Well, first of all, me and the person that you were just talking about, this guardian person, we watched that 4-part thing on TV together. She was the one who wanted to do that. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I'm watching and writing things down, and she's watching and writing things down, and I saw her. I saw all of that, by the way. And what do I think about being abused? Listen, look, this system is broken. That this system that I'm in, this system, it has falsified a lot. You know what I'm saying?
They said you're cognitively impaired and you're incapacitated.
Do I seem that way?
No.
You've been calling me 5 times a day for the last 2 weeks. No, you don't seem that way.
How dare excuse me, who I naturally am is who I naturally am, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yes.
And my niece knows all about that crap. I mean, I'm sorry. I apologize.
And to be clear, you can't leave. Like, they won't allow you to leave or have visitors, family members or not. So you can't even leave and take a walk if you wanted to, or take a trip or visit family members. They give you a difficult time for that, and family members can't visit you?
Excuse me, where I am, okay, you have to get keys to unlock the door to press the elevator to go downstairs, first of all. Second of all, these people here, everybody is like nursemaids, so to speak, you know what I'm saying? They come in and they give your pills, you know what I'm saying? And then they leave, and
Which I told you not to take. I told you don't take them pills.
Excuse me, I've had 2 pills all of my life. Alex, you know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Excuse me, there are 7 pills. I have no idea what is this pill doing. What is it going to listen? I haven't been to a pill person in a matter of long time. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. To the point where, excuse me, doctor, can you tell me what this pill is for? Excuse me, doctor, what pill do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Yes.
Look, for the last 3 years, I have been caught up in the system. This has been 3 years I'm caught up in this system. Alex, go talk. Talk, yeah. Alex, talk.
No, I mean, for 3 years, this is the reality. This has been our lives. So, but specifically her life. She can call us. We can't call her.
I'm not sure why the family is not involved in the care and the guardianship. Why they can't be? I'm not sure why. Maybe because of the terms of their agreement. Maybe because as I said to you, she has she's diagnosed as having mental health. She has a dual diagnosis. She has mental health and drug and alcohol issues. So she's unable to work. If she's incapacitated, she can't work. If she can't work, that means she's entitled to getting money, some kind of payout from the state, and that comes with certain restrictions. So probably that's what's happening. That's what we are knowing. But that's not what they're telling us. Okay. But we are more evil. Charlemagne knows the system, but I intricately know what's going on in the system, which people are not knowing.
In 2023, Wendy Williams was diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia and asphyxia.
I know you said you did say that in your article. Your article talks about legal and ethical implications that the controversy surrounding Williams' guardianship brings to light several legal and ethical considerations. Guardianships are typically established to protect individuals deemed incapable of managing their affairs due to cognitive or physical impairments. However, Williams' vehement denial of such impairments and her allegations of mistreatment, such as potential misuses of the guardianship system. Of course, the system should involve some kind of, she has to go to a psychological evaluation to determine that as well. She probably then need to do another assessment to determine cognitive levels or level of care. That there's something called level of care. So maybe her level of, she has a misdiagnosis in terms of her level of care. And if her level of care is high, if she has high needs level of care, then a family member have to be trained to be able to provide a kind of level of care that is commensurate with her diagnosis. So her family cannot be involved in her level of care. You understand what I'm trying to say? So yes, so that is why you have a kind of the guardianship that she has because of her level of care and her diagnosis. People must understand that in the system, when you do public health or care, providing care, there's a thing called level of care, and the assessment helps to determine the level of care, and you have to be trained to provide a certain kind of care. You understand? So, and then a family member cannot provide guardianship to Wendy because of the level of care. Now she's trying to say that, well, I'm not incapacitated, I'm not cognitively impaired, so that they can now reassess her and downgrade her, do an assessment and downgrade her level of care, so that she does not require somebody with a certain license to provide the care, so that now her family can provide the care. You understand? So now she's on the news talking about this. Well, first of all, she was on the news, she was looking all decrepit and incapacitated. Then she realized that, oh, well, this is what I'm saying. Now she's realizing, well, no. They're saying to her, no, your family can't provide the care because of your level of care. Now all of a sudden she is not mentally impaired. She's fine. So now because of that, so now she don't need somebody like Sabrina, a guardian who is licensed to take care of her, to provide.
Why are they not stating that a medical professional is presenting?
Do you see her diagnosis?
No.
Did you read the diagnosis? Yes, you wrote about the diagnosis. She has dual diagnoses, or triple, or whatever the case is. Mental health issues, physical health issues, and drug and alcohol issues, substance use issues. Those are all of the issues that she's, and she has a guardian. The guardian must then be trained in to be able to provide a care that helps to facilitate or address all those issues. Now, her family have to be trained. They have to have a license to be able to do that. They don't. They have to be, or maybe somebody in her family have a license that can provide that. You have to get licensed and trained over a couple of years, to do that, 2, 3, 4 years, pass exams and so on. Maybe they're not in a position to do that right now. And especially now, maybe because of the level of care diagnosis that she has. Now they're saying that she's not cognitively impaired. So now, because she's not cognitively impaired, she does not need somebody who is licensed in a certain way to provide the kind of care and guardianship. Now her family can provide the guardianship. You understand? Yes. But they're not saying that. They're not saying all that. Okay? That's not what they're saying. They're not saying that. Anyways, let's continue with your story here. You said that Williams vehemently denied of such impairments and her allegations of mistreatment, such as potential misuse of guardianship system. Her case mirrors that of Britney Spears, who appears after a prolonged legal battle, was released from a conservatorship she described as oppressive. Both instances underscore the necessity for rigorous oversight and periodic reassessment of guardianship to prevent potential abuses. But I disagree, Donte. I disagree. Britney Spears is a completely different situation. Britney Spears' father was her guardian. Britney Spears' father was her guardian, or a family member. In this case, Wendy Williams is saying that she wants her and the kind of illness that Britney Spears have wasn't the illness that Wendy Williams have. Okay, so her level of care diagnosis does not preclude a family member like her father to provide guardianship. But when the Williams case, her level of care precludes a family member because they don't have because her level of care requires she's high needs, high level of care. So you understand what I'm saying? So and instead of putting her into a treatment facility, they put her into a home that she's comfortable with, and as if she was in a treatment facility. Okay. Now, how long is the level of care? We don't know. When you have a level of care, she has to be assessed about every 30 days, every 60 days, every 90 days, or whatever the case is. Every 6 months, you have to do like a needs assessment, or whatever the case is. I don't know if that's been done. But Britney Spears is a completely different situation. And people are determined. Sometimes people determine it as oppressive because they want to leave from the guardianship or conservatorship. Okay. That's the next thing. So you have to be able to, how do you reconcile between a conservatorship to somebody that has mental health challenges, and you're trying to help them out at the same time they are trying not to deny them with certain freedoms, and they're calling those freedoms that they don't have, they call it oppressive. The very fact that they're in a guardianship may feel oppressive, especially if they come from money, especially if they come from a certain lifestyle. Okay, and the guardian, and now they have to seek permission to spend money or to do certain things. That may seem oppressive, and that's what they're calling oppressive. And I think it's unfair to the system. I think that's unfair to the system. I think it is, Donte. I think it is. Public.
It is unfair, man.
Yes, it is. But you also state in the article, public and familial support in response to Williams' revelations. Her family has initiated efforts to terminate the guardianship. A GoFundMe campaign. Are you serious? A GoFundMe campaign was launched to raise funds for legal representation, aiming to free her from the loneliness and deep isolation imposed by the guardianship. I don't know how a guardianship, I'm not sure the loneliness that she's talking about, but anyways, by the guardianship. The campaign highlights the family's belief that Williams is unjustly confined and emphasizes their commitment to restoring her autonomy. Meanwhile, public opinion continues to grow in support of Williams, with fans and advocacy groups questioning the broader guardianship system and calling for reforms to protect against potential exploitation. I think what's going on, people are not understanding the story. Each case is a case-by-case situation. Go ahead. What are you going to say? They have a GoFundMe page to get lawyers. Quite interesting. Yes, go ahead.
Well, she needs money. She can't get a hold of her own funds, probably fully, to do that for herself. So I do see it.
But we have access to the state's fund, to the money that is covering her insurance, her disability insurance. She has money. She's getting money. They're not talking about that. Okay, she's not spending her money. She's spending other money. Her money is locked away in banks, growing.
Yeah. Now. Right, because that's what I'm trying to understand. They're saying it's by word of Selena's mouth, but they're not saying it's appointed from the court.
Sabrina is a court-appointed person. She has nothing to do with the parameters of her treatment. Notice, okay, of her treatment or her level of care. Okay. She could either go. They could have sent her. They could have through-toured her. They could have sent her to a mental health facility, where she's locked down. Instead, they sent her to an apartment with restrictions. You understand? Hello. In conclusion, your story, the story that you have submitted in the Neoliberal, says that Wendy Williams' case serves as a critical examination of the guardianship system application, particularly concerning individuals with high public profiles and substantial assets. Her assertions challenge the validity of her guardianship, prompting a broader discussion on the balance between protecting individuals and preserving their autonomy. As public awareness grows, it is imperative for legal systems to ensure that guardianships are implemented judiciously, with mechanisms in place to address grievances and prevent potential exploitation. The scrutiny of this case underscores the need for transparency, accountability, and respect for individual rights in the guardianship process. And I may also say there are people who take advantage of the system. There are people who take advantage of Social Security. There are people who take advantage of immigration. There are people who take advantage of the mental health system. Okay? There are people who do that, who put themselves in certain situations, and they end up. Say for example, I work in a system where if you comply with the program, then you get your rights may be expunged. It's a diversionary program. So not your rights, your criminal record may be expunged. You understand? But you have to waive your rights. And sometimes the people, yes, they hurry up and gladly join the program. But then the program have certain requirements and which they can't fulfill. And they fight with us and say it's draconian and so on and so forth. But they sign up for it. They want the benefit, but they don't want the restrictions that come with it. You understand? That's what's going on here. These people, they want the benefit, but they don't want the restriction that come with it. Wendy Williams and many of these high-profile people. Okay?
Yeah, but that's the thing. She might have a problem because I think that she's holding a lot of things out. One thing, if that court appointed that means that she has a file of medical records showing that she's unstable and so forth.
Yeah, I tell you, she has to do a level of care assessment, and the level of care assessment will make a determination that she needs a level of treatment, a kind of treatment. The treatment might say she needs inpatient, but instead of sending her inpatient, they send her home, okay, and she gets inpatient services at her outpatient at her home, but it's like inpatient, and she's appointed with a guardian who takes care of all of her needs and so on and so forth. You understand? That's what's going on. So instead of sending her to an inpatient facility, they send her home or to an apartment, to an expensive or to a nice apartment where she have like a hotel, and she has servants who gets her stuff what she needs, and anything she wants she gets it still. Okay, and the state pays them. Okay, not her money or her insurance, whatever the case is. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. People must be careful about how we're talking about the system and how the system, but they're not telling you everything. And people don't understand how the system works. This is the Neoliberal Round Podcast. We know how the system works. Okay? We are very in tune with how case management and how public health management works, and mental health. Okay, we can have a conversation about it, but some conversation I cannot have because of where I sit and what I do. This is the Neoliberal Round Podcast. Any last words, Donte? We actually listened to the Charlemagne clip earlier. We have to probably play it again so that people can hear it.
Yes.
This is the Neoliberal Round Podcast, coming to you live from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I'm Renaldo and McKenzie, the creator and host of the Neoliberal Round Podcast, the president and creator of the Neoliberal Corporation. And with me, of course, is
Donte Nelson, guys.
Donte Nelson, who is the contributor of this story, and he's also available in the Neoliberal Journals at theneoliberal.com. Please visit us on any stream at anchor.fm/neoliberal. Support us at anchor.fm/neoliberal/support. We're also available on YouTube at Renaldo McKenzie. Please visit our store page again at store.theneoliberal.com. Check out our books that's on the horizon and on neoliberalism that's available. Please phone us at 445-260-9198. Email us at info@theneoliberal.com.